Well, so this is your guys' motorhome that you guys are going to be adventuring. God knows where, but God will keep you safe. I'll do a quick rundown with you guys real quick, the ins and outs of it, and then if you guys have any questions when you guys come pick it up, feel free to ask. So I'm going to start on the outside. I went ahead and opened up the compartments for you. So this one is just storage. Inside here are some wheel blocks or so you could drive up on to level the motorhome out if it's unlevel or so, or you could put them in front of the wheels to block it. So there's just some wheel blocks in there. Inside of here are some tools. I have some outdoor lights that you could string around a tree or so. And then inside of here are some tools right here. And then here are some more wheel blocks in here as well. So that's all inside of this compartment. And then this compartment is the propane. So this one, currently right now, the propane is on the quarter tank right now. We'll go ahead and fill it up for you. But here's the gauge for the propane. And here's how you turn on and off the propane. Super easy. You could go to any gas station that says LP fill. If you ever needed to fill up your propane, you could go by the gas station and fill up the propane. It's pretty easy to fill up, but you probably shouldn't need to unless you plan on taking the RV for over a week or doing a lot of cooking or showering inside of the RV itself. But that's how you check the propane gauge, and that's where you would fill it up right there. Back here is another, oh no, that's just the batteries. Don't need to worry about that compartment. And then back here is just a big storage right here. Here is a little outdoor rug right here. This little light turns on, so at night when you're back here, you could go ahead and thumb through whatever you have in here. I'll go ahead and show you the awning while we're on this side as well too. So to operate the awning, all you do is you open this lever right here, and then likewise on the other side. You open this lever, both levers are opened up, and then inside here, oh, here it is. Inside here is this little stick. You need this stick. You're gonna hit this lever. On here it says roll up or roll down. You're gonna hit this lever to roll down. And then what you do is you hook this onto the little black cord and you pull it down. Sometimes the other side doesn't come down with it. So what you do is once that side's down, you go to this side and you kind of just pull it down. Now that both sides are released, you could go ahead and grab this black cord, put your finger on it, and pull it down. Once it's down all the way, it's not down all the way, but once it's down all the way, what you do is you grab this little handle and you lift it up. It's easier with two people. You lift one side up, lock it, boom. Go to the other side, lift up, push up, lock it, boom. And to desire how far you want the awning out or what is how you keep pushing this up, and then when this is all fully extended, it stays out fully like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it for you. Pulling it down. Pulling it down. Boom. Now it's like that. So this thing is pretty important when you're shutting it. So you always hold this in one hand, hold this in the other hand, and now what you're gonna do is this little lever right here, you'll see it says roll up, roll down. Currently I have it on the roll down portion. So what I wanna do is I wanna pull this black cord to release the tension a little bit, push this on the roll up, and now it's gonna roll up automatically. Please do not let it slam up. What you do, you're not gonna be tall enough. Well, I'm not tall enough. So what you do is you hold on to it, you get the hook back inside of it, and you let it go up like that. Nice and slowly. And that's it. So now that the awning is all the way up, sorry for the pause in it, she messed up on the video. So now that the awning is all the way up, the little black cord's there, you leave it on the roll up position so that way it doesn't want to try to unravel. You lock these back in place. One, likewise with this one, two. They're both locked in place, and the awning will not come unraveled. So let's go around to the other side over here. Here's the ladder. Please don't go up on the roof. It's not meant for people to be standing on the roof or walking up there or stargazing or anything of the sort. The screws on here are kind of loose. It's a hazard. Please don't go on the roof. Here are little wheel casters. So if you are pulling out of a low driveway, these wheels actually hit the bottom of the ground. So don't be scared. It's actually these wheels hitting the floor. So that way the bumper or the back end doesn't. So if you're pulling out, you hear a loud screeching noise, it's actually these wheels that are meant for it, the wheel casters. Here is the connection for the RV. So this white thing right here is actually the sunshade. So what it is it's super simple and easy. You'll be able to figure it out. In this compartment is the window shade. So this window shade, what it is you'll see as soon as you get it, what it does is it wraps on your passenger window and then your windshield and then your driver window. It's a privacy thing, so nobody could see in or out of your RV when you guys are parked and stationed wherever you're at. So this is back here for you. Here is your water hose to go ahead and connect onto your water system and stuff, or if you wanted to fill up the hose itself. Here in this compartment too is the power. So this power needs to be either plugged in to electricity and it'll power up your entire motorhome, or if you have the generator going, this has to be plugged in to here in order to get power from the generator. If this is unplugged from here, nothing in the motorhome will work from the generator. So this always has to be either plugged into an outlet or to this outlet in order to get power for the motorhome. Here is the little extension where you plug this guy into this guy and they both plug in. This plugs into the 110 outlet. So this I'll go ahead and leave inside of the motorhome for you. Inside here is also an extension cord. So if it's a long distance cord or so, you could use this extension cord. And then also in here is a trash can that pops up. So when you're outside, this pops up into a trash can for you to put a garbage can in and all your trash pretty much in here. So this will be in here. There also is a table right here for you. And then here's a trash can for inside of the motorhome, which I'll be putting inside of the motorhome right now. And then when you're plugged into the electricity, and you could have this door locked, and what you do is you unscrew this. Right here, and you put your extension cord through here. So that way you can still lock this cabinet and all your possessions are nice and safe. So this guy unscrews, and that's where you pass the extension cord out through. Here is your connections. So this one says, it did say, but you can see city connection. So if you are hooked up to the city water, you want to be connected to this one, and it keeps your entire unit pressurized the entire time from the pressurized city water. Here is your portable water only. This portable water station fills up your portable tank, which I'll show you. It's located underneath a queen size bed, and this is how you fill up your portable water tank. Underneath here is your sewer connectors. So here's a bigger black one. This is for the black water. What you do is you put your hands here and you pull this valve and it opens up the sewage for your toilet. This one is your gray water. This is all your fresh water, your bathing and all that good stuff, your kitchen sink and everything. So what you do is you do the big one first, and then you do the little one. And this little this connector right here unscrews, and then you screw on the hose that I'll show you in a bit. It's super easy. You screw onto the hose right there. So that is your dump station. Here is your gas. It just takes normal gas, 87, just normal gasoline. In here is some gloves, so that way you don't get your hands dirty while you hook up the poop hose. And this is the connector that literally just turns on. So you hook it onto there, you just put it on and you turn it, and it hooks on to the sewer connection right there. So all that stuff's in there. In here, this compartment's broken. I just have tape right there. Inside of there, though, is a jack. If for any reason you got a flat tire or anything, but there's the jack inside of that compartment. Inside this compartment is a little coal barbecue right here that we just leave in here. Here is motor oil too. So if you are going over 800 miles on your trip or so, I always say if you could please check the transmission fluid and the oil on the motorhome itself. Just check it to make sure that we didn't lose oil. I always do maintenance on them before, but when you're going for long hauls like that, it's always good to just double check when you're going far distance like that to make sure it's not low on oil or transmission fluid is the two major things. So there's oil in here if you need it. Here's the generator right here. You shouldn't ever need to open up this compartment, but what inside this compartment is the generator, and I just want to show you something. So in here is a circuit breaker right here. For any reason, if the generator is not kicking on, right here is a circuit breaker where you off, on. So make sure that that circuit breaker is never tripped for any reason, that maybe the generator's not turning on. You could turn that and that'll flip the generator on. All right, well, let's go inside of the coach and I'll show you inside. So we'll go inside of your coach. There's two locks right here on the door, one lock, two lock. This guy slides open and close. If you want to lock your door on the back, there's a little hinge right here, and this will keep your main door open, and then you can shut just your screen if you want. So on here, right here, is two little switches. One switch is for the light right there, turns it on and off. The other switch is for this door step. So for instance, if you guys are parked at your RV camp and you don't want your step to be going in and out, it's just annoying. See how the step went in like that? You open up the door, it goes out. In, out. What you do, you flip that switch right there, your step stays out the entire time. So typically when I'm parked at my RV place, I just push that button and the step stays out the entire time. So, here is inside of the coach. The lights are above here. There's a light there. There's a light here. There's also another light right here. There's another light over here. Another light here. And there's where all the lights are at. And right here is how you do the slide out. This button, it says in and out. All you do is, where I want to go out, let's go on out. You just hold the button. This gets power from the batteries. You don't need the generator on to bring the slider in and out. The battery should have enough power to bring it in and out. It's all LED lights throughout the entire RV too, so you don't have to worry about too much energy being used or anything. And this is how you extend the slider out. It's really nice. It makes the living space when you're parked and stationed a lot bigger, and a lot more people could be accommodated in here and playing games or whatever you guys want to do. Right here's the generator. So this shows the hours on the generator. Currently there's 179 hours on the generator. So it's kind of like a motorhome, or I mean a lawnmower. So what you do is, if you need to prime it, almost like a lawnmower, you got to push the little red button in to get the gas going. What you do is you hold the stop button and it primes it. The light will turn on. And then what you do, you just hold the start button Voila. So now that the generator's on, I now have 110 throughout my entire house, which means I have the microwave, I have the AC going, everything, the micro. So guys, let's go out back. I'll show you, I forgot to plug that plug back in. So right now, actually, the generator's on, but there's no power inside of the motorhome. So I'm gonna go outside and I gotta go plug this plug in. I'll show you real quick. It's a good learning experience for you guys because sometimes it happens. Just like I suspected. So, this power is not plugged in, so I'm getting no power to the unit. So all I do is I plug it in. Boom, you saw the light get brighter right away, as did I. Now let's go back in and we'll go take a look at the microwave. Alrighty guys, so now you can tell the microwave's on. So just like I said, generator, if that's unplugged, you're getting no power inside of the unit. So now I can turn on the AC if I want to. Here's how you turn on the AC: cool, medium, low, high. And that's the AC. It gets pretty cold in here pretty quickly. When you have power to the motorhome from the RV place, you can let the AC run 24/7 if you want. The generator, you're limited hours on that. So if you need to use the generator, typically if you're driving down the road and it's really hot in the motorhome, I'll kick the generator on so that way I could run the AC to cool down the entire house. Or sometimes I get hungry and I want to make a corn dog real quick, so I'll kick the generator on and then I have power to my microwave. I can warm up some corn dogs for the road while I'm driving. I don't even need to stop. Inside of here, we got some basic cooking utensils. There's just some basic cooking utensils in here. Just little knickknacks, a little s'more cooker right here. Just basic knickknacks inside of that drawer. The stove top, pretty much. How it works is you got to get a lighter, which is inside of this drawer somewhere. Here we go. You get the lighter, turn it on, and boom, voila. So this runs off the propane. Also, the refrigerator runs off the propane. So currently, right now, the refrigerator's off. I'll get it nice and cool for your guys' trip. All I do is hit the on button. It should always say auto. You don't ever need to touch the gas. It should never say check. You leave this alone the entire trip. Once you get to your RV place and you plug in, it's gonna automatically switch off of the propane onto the electricity. As soon as you unplug from the electricity, it's gonna automatically switch over the propane. So it'll be cold the entire trip. For any reason, if your propane's running low, like I said, you can fill up at any LP fill station and it'll fill up right away. I'm gonna go ahead and kick the generator off because there's no need to have it on anymore. So I just hold the stop button and voila, shuts it off. So right here is the pump. This pump, you kick it on, whoop, that means the pump's on. What the pump is it cycles your portable water that is underneath your queen size bed. So without that pump on, you will not have any circulation through your water through the motorhome if you do not have hookups. If you have hookups, the pressure from the city circulates the water throughout the motorhome. So now that the pump's on, I have water. Oop, never mind, there's no water. I gotta fill up the portable water station, so to be continued. So, like I said, there was no water in the storage tank, so it was not able to circulate the water. I'll go ahead and fill up the storage tank. I typically always fill it up about 3/4 of the way prior to your trip, so that way you guys have water for your trip. But in order for you guys to get water circulating through there, like I said, you have to have the pump on, or you have to be hooked up from the city, and the city's pressure will circulate the water throughout the unit. Right next to here is also the heater for the water. You kick that puppy on, and typically it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to heat up the water. And that uses a lot of the propane. Not a tremendous amount, but it uses a lot more than normal. And what that does is if you wanted to shower or if you wanted hot water for your kitchen sink or so, you're able to heat up the water. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes and you got hot water. Typically, if I'm at an RV park or so, I always try to shower in the RV park because 1, I don't have to use the propane to heat up the water. 2, it also puts less sewage in my tanks for the RV too, so that means less dumping for me, which is just ultimately less work. So that's for that. Here is the light for the oven. Also has a fan, so when you're cooking all that greasy bacon and it tastes so good in the morning, you kick on the fan and circulates that guy. And then here is a little door, so it blocks off the master bedroom or so. It's kind of finicky if you could just pick it up and it goes onto the other side like so. And you kind of block yourself off so that way you could change back here or vice versa, whatever you want to do. This guy just gets strapped onto here just like so with a clip. There's one here. There's also another one right here. So there's 2 of them, one that blocks off that, one that blocks off the master bedroom. Here is the shower. That is a standard shower, hot, cold, you get in there. Here's the little light for up top. That is actually controlled right here. The light switch for that one, boom. And then back here is where the magic happens. So this is your queen size bed. We don't have any sheets on here. If you bring your own sheets, it's just easier that way, so that way we don't have to wash them and everything of that sort. And there's some cabinets and everything back there. Inside here is the bathroom. So in the bathroom, you can leave the light switch on, and all you do is this little light switch right here turns it on and off. Here's a little toothbrush holder if you wanted. Boom, toothbrushes. And then in here, we got a hair dryer, some soaps for you, and this is the smelly good stuff. It breaks down the waste and the tissue, and it's a citrus smell, so you could drop a couple drops in here, maybe every 2 days or so. And then when you know you have a bunch of sewage in there, and you just got a whole bunch of sewage inside of the tank, all you do is you get one of these. It's like a little washer tablet, and all you do is you just open up the toilet and you just bloop, drop it on down the toilet. And what it does is it breaks up the solids and the tissue paper and everything of that sort. Feel free to use 1, 2, 3, or 4 of them, however many you want. Toilet paper. Here's toilet paper. I'll go ahead and leave it in here. What I say is if you run out of toilet paper, I leave typically 3-4 rolls inside of here. If you happen to run out of toilet paper, the best is to swing by the dollar store. It's the cheapest. It is also the thinnest for RVs, and it's single ply, so it breaks down pretty easily. Please no tampons or anything down that toilet. Just toilet paper from the dollar store. I'll go ahead and leave 3 or 4 of them in here for you, and it should be plenty for your trip. But if you happen to run out, dollar store it up. Underneath here, and for your toilet, I currently have no water, so I'll just show you. So this is how you flush it. You push down on the lever, and if you are taking a number 2, what you do is you push up on the lever. What that does is it fills up the toilet bowl with more water. So that way, so that way there's less or more water in the toilet when you're going number 2. Underneath the bed right here is where the water tank is. So you kind of just lift up the bed, and this is where your portable water tank is, which is currently empty right now. It will be filled up before your guys' trip, and you guys will be ready for the road. For any reason, if you kick the generator on and there's no power to the AC unit, or for any reason you're plugged in and there's no power to the AC unit, or it's just not working. There's a circuit breaker board right over here. It's on the side, right, located right on the side right here. And here is your circuit breakers. So here, they're all on right now. But if for any reason any of them are tripped, all you do is just shut it off and kick it back on to reset it. You shouldn't need to, but if for any reason it is, that is where your circuit breaker board is. It's on the side of the queen size bed in the back. Other than that, we'll go ahead and go to the front of the motorhome and I'll show you the operations in the front for it. And, right here, here's the bed. This turns into a bed. Here's all the buckles and stuff. So all you do to turn it into a bed is you kind of just pull up on it and it turns flat into a bed. When you do that, it sometimes pulls the seat belts down. So you just got to reach your hand in there. If you have kids or so that want to buckle up or so, you got to reach your hand down in there and pull those seat belts back out. In here, this turns into a bed too. This table, you push the little button on here, this leg folds up, and then ultimately the table goes down and this turns into a bed. In here we have a coffee maker for you, complimentary. In here we have trash bags and some other, here's the coffee maker. Here's toilet paper towel rolls, and then here's trash cans and trash bags and napkins and just basic amenities right there. Here's a little toilet paper or paper towel holder right here that I just put in, handy dandy. I'll get you all set up for your ride. Boom, ready for the toilet paper towel. So in here, these little things, these shut to create privacy for this. Somebody could sleep up here. Typically, when I'm driving, I have this shut all the way. So that way it's easy, I could get up and down or so. Or sometimes if I have a lot of luggage or so, I just open that up and we put our luggage up top there for an extra storage. In here is a little tablecloth, camping, for your patio table out front or so. Here we got like a chess game and just some other kind of board games in here for you and the family to spend quality bonding time without electronics, because that's the whole point. So here is the front of the motorhome. So this is my Apple CarPlay that I could show you. It is super easy and super quick. All you do is you just
welcome to our 8 o'clock hit mix. My name is Crystal.
You plug it in your phone. Any iPhone works. I'll turn it down for you. Any iPhone works. All you do is you just plug it in, and right away it'll pull up your Apple CarPlay, which currently it's not. So give it a second. Oh, I gotta open up my phone. All right, so that's as simple as that. You could go on your phone, you could use Google Maps, you could use Waze, whatever you want. Say you just drive there. So it's all touchscreen, so add destination. I wanna go home real quick. Boom. It's all touchscreen, so I could go ahead and do whatever I want through here as well. I could make phone calls, I could do anything. I want to use my Pandora. Everything is all done through here, which is making it super easy and convenient. And yeah. So I upgraded the sound system inside of here. And right here is your bass knob. This little blue circle right here is your bass knob. So if you are listening to here's your bass knob right here. This turns up and down the bass. So if you wanted the bass more or lower, it's too powerful, you turn it up and down, and that's the bass knob. Your reverse, all you do is just hit it in reverse. Boom. And it pulls up your reverse camera. Super accurate and just easy. Be mindful when you're driving though, that when you are turning left or right, because the motorhome is 31 feet, it does swing. So the back end may swing a little bit. So be mindful when you're parallel parking next to something that it doesn't sideswipe a tree or a bush or anything, or when you're pulling out of somewhere, don't turn too sharp when you're pulling out, because it could very well potentially swing the back end and it could hit a pole, which I just don't want any damage, and neither do you, I believe. So that's pretty much the gist of the entire motorhome. I hope to be meeting you very soon, and enjoy your guys' trip.